This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh, what a game to come back to. How I have missed you. How I have missed you so much. I hope your Labor Day weekend was as fun-filled as mine, being that the Phillies took, at least 3 and 4 for the Braves. The game 4 was a little tough to take, but, I was watching that game, ESPN, down the shore, all that stuff, having myself a great time up until the Phillies, of course, lost it. Jose Alvarado. And, the Phillies not being able to have any offense. But, there is that, too. But they had plenty of offense today. 10 runs in a 10-8 victory over the Brew Crew out in Milwaukee. Yes, I've missed you guys so much. Welcome into Locked On Phillies Postcast. My name is Mark Farzett. I got you covered each and every postcast. And Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day with the Locked On Phillies Daily Podcast. Let's get into it. What an incredible game this was. I can't believe it. Now, I got to say, I feel like this was about 3 different games in one, if not 10. I feel like we really experienced the gauntlet of baseball today when it came to a starting pitcher struggling in Tijuana Walker, when it came to not a lot of offense in the early goings of this game other than Bryce Harper's solo home run, which then started off, I believe it was a 3-inning run. The Phillies had to plate some runs, so that got the Phillies going in the right direction. And then the bullpen struggling a little bit, defense behind them struggling a little bit, and then the offense just continuing to answer and push the envelope when it came to scoring in double figures in runs. This tonight had an absolute playoff atmosphere. The Phillies, look, they won 3 out of 4 against the Braves, fine. But getting swept against the Mets, it still makes you lick your wounds a little bit. So they do that with a 19-run performance against the Braves. You see an incredible 4-homer night for Kyle Schwarber. That's when we left off. Then they win 2 more games in that series, and then they got to face the Milwaukee Brewers, the best team, the hottest team in baseball, if you will. And they went slug for slug, punch for punch, haymaker for haymaker with the Milwaukee Brewers. And they did it on a day where Tijuana Walker pitched. Tijuana Walker did not look good in his last start. He hasn't looked great, but has looked pretty damn good for the majority of his starts. Now you see him starting to leak a little gasoline, and the Phillies are able to pick up for him to the tune, once again, of 10 runs. Let's go through it. First and foremost,
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I got to say it's Harrison Bader. Look, Brandon Marsh was phenomenal, 4 for 5 on the day. Harrison Bader just came up huge in a multitude of ways. Defensively in center field, had a couple of nice plays for himself today. Came up with the RBI double to make it a 4-5 game, or 5-4 game there in the 6th inning. Then you saw him step to the plate in the 8th inning, came up with the RBI double to break a 6-6 tie, give the Phillies the 7-6 lead at that point. Then you see him come up in the 9th inning again. Anything can happen with Joan Duran coming in, even in a 1-run game, even in a save situation, and Harrison Bader makes sure they get the insurance run with an RBI single, bringing home JT Realmuto. Unfortunately, Brandon Marsh trying to get to third base, doesn't do it. But the Phillies were able to get another run home. 3 RBIs today for Harrison Bader. How about that from my man, Pots and Pans? Dressed like a Bubblicious all you want when you do stuff like that in the field and at the plate. Look, over the first couple of, really the first month of him, first couple of weeks, I should say, of him as a Philly, certainly finding his groove. I mean, you started a new job. You don't even know where the restroom is half the time, right? So you got to get settled in a little bit. He certainly has gotten settled in, even during those first 2 weeks, found ways to help the Phillies win ball games. So great to see him go out there with the type of effort that he had today for your fighting Phils. As for the turning point,
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
My, oh my, Phillies had already started to turn things in the right direction. As I mentioned, about 3 straight innings. You get the Bryce Harper home run in the 4th inning, his 23rd of the season there. It's a 4-1 ball game. Phillies at least get on the board. The Brewers get that run back in the bottom of the 4th inning on Churio's sac fly RBI to left field with the bases loaded and 1 out. Now it's a 5-1 game. So you're down 4 runs again. Phillies then in the 5th inning, again, start the offense going again. Trea Turner got the 2-run triple down the into the left or into the right field corner. Makes it a 5-3 game, 2-run score there. Then you move to the 6th inning where the Phillies really started to do some more damage. Harrison Bader started it off with the RBI double. But that whole inning, I should stop right there. and get to the turning point, which, of course, was the 2-2 count to JT Realmuto. Gets a 96-mile-per-hour fastball off the elbow and takes his base. 2-2 fastball, up and in. He takes his base to lead off the inning. Marsh then gets the single to right field. JT's able to go to third on that. Harrison Bader steps up, gets the RBI double. Marsh is able to take it to third. You got second and third. You got nobody out. They have a little mound conference. Max Kepler gets the sac fly RBI, followed by Edmundo Sosa getting the sac fly RBI. Phillies are able to go up at that point 6-5. They take the edge. Fantastic. That hit by a pitch by JT Realmuto in the 6th inning was a huge turning point. You could also look at Bryce Harper, at least cracking through there with that solo home run, as absolutely a turning point, but they needed to turn it on a little bit more after that. And the 6th inning is a shining example of that. Another turning point, of course, could be when the Phillies went up 7-6 in the 8th inning. That was on Harrison Bader's RBI double, bringing home Brandon Marsh after he led off the inning with a single. That was after you saw the Brewers come up and tie it at 6. Bader breaks the tie. Stott comes up with an RBI double to right field in the right field corner, makes it an 8-6 game. And that helps the cause a wee bit, especially when you consider the game-tying run scored on Bryson Stott's error at second base, which just doesn't happen. But the Phillies just kept on fighting. They kept on fighting. I would term, of all the turning points in this one, the biggest one was JT getting hit in the elbow. And then later in the crotch. That was off a foul ball. No bueno. That's not good. That's not good. No bueno for the cojones there. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think the major turning point was when he got hit in the elbow and took that base. And then the Phillies really handled the business after it was tied 8-8 in the 9th inning. Phillies are able to get Brandon Marsh's RBI single to make it a 9-8 game, and then Harrison Bader comes up for the insurance run. And how about this? How'd you like to be Garrett Stubbs? Old Stubby himself. Stubbs comes up. He pinch run. I was thinking along the same lines as who was in the booth today? Ruben Amaro Jr. Kyle Schwarber leads off against Uribe there with the walk. He's down 3-0, goes 3-2. He works the walk. He also just missed a 3-1 sinker that he just fouled into the dirt there, but it is what it is. Oh, no, he fouled that one down the left field line. But anyway, he's facing Uribe there. He works the leadoff walk. I don't want to pinch run for him immediately. If he gets into scoring position, then you do it. Harper strikes out. Realmuto works a walk, so he gets on base again. This time, 3-2 pitch. Takes it outside. Doesn't offer at it. I didn't believe he offered at it. I know there was a big sticking point there for the Brew crew. Not so much. Stubbs then pinch runs for Kyle Schwarber at second base. Marsh comes up with his 4th hit of the game that drives in what would be the game-winning run scored by Garrett Stubbs. Welcome back to the Bigs. From the pigs to the Bigs for Stubby. He scores the go-ahead run. Bader gives the insurance run. That right there was certainly a turning point. As for...
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think you're going to be talking about the fact that the Phillies went haymaker for haymaker with the best team in baseball in the Milwaukee Brewers. A team that has 2 separate, 12-game winning streaks this season. I think you're going to be talking about the fact that the Phillies just outslugged them 10-8 after a not-so-great offensive performance in the last couple of games there against the Atlanta Braves. They go on the road to Milwaukee. They pick up their 80th win of the season, and it's also on a night where the Mets pull out a 10-8 victory over the Detroit Tigers. So you stay 6 games up on the New York Metropolitans in the NL East. I think you'll also be talking about the fact that the Phillies had 14 hits in this game, 10 runs on 14 hits. You'll be talking about Trea Turner, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh, Harrison Bader, and Bryson Stott. 5 Phillies finishing with a multi-hit game. How about that? And then I think you might also be talking about, this Jose Alvarado guy's a little scary. This is the guy we were waiting for? Well, Tim Meza comes up here, gets his Phillies debut out of the way. I thought he pitched really well coming on in relief in that 5th inning there for Tijuana Walker, who allowed 5 runs on 7 hits, 4 innings. Meza comes up there, 1 inning, strikes out, gets his first strikeout as a Philly, 13 pitches, great. Robert comes in to pitch for the Phillies. Dana Robert comes in to pitch for the Phillies. He gets 2 outs. He does give up a walk, and unfortunately, Alvarado allowed his run to cross the plate, so that was that. Alvarado also came up with a walk, was a little wild. Matt Strahm had some issues. He had 2 strikeouts. He was able to get out of it. David Robertson came in. He was able to pitch 1 inning, but unfortunately got charged for the 2 runs that were just out of the reach of Trea Turner. Oh, so many great defensive plays by Trea Turner as of late. And unfortunately, 1 ball just out of the reach of Turner. That was the Collins pinch hit 2-run single into left field. Jumped on a first pitch knuckleball out of the hand of David Robertson. And he put it in the left field. Did I say out of the reach? Excuse me. Under the mitt. Turner was there to make the play. The ball he didn't put his mitt down too far enough, I guess. And he wasn't able to corral it. 2-run score on that to tie the game up at 8-8, just like that. That's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow. But yeah, I think more than anything, you're going to be talking about the fact that the Phillies were able to outslug the Brewers in this one. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the pitching matchups for the rest of the series. Remember, no game tomorrow due to some weird scheduling and also at the request of the Milwaukee Brewers. So no game tomorrow. It's like opening day, all right? Day game. You got a game. It's played in the afternoon, late afternoon, and then you're going to be playing no game tomorrow. And then you got 2 more games. We'll look at that pitching matchup when we return. This is Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Back right after this. Hey, have you guys been taking advantage of what Upside is? Man, I hope you're taking advantage of what Upside is. Are you still paying full price for gas? Really? Stop it. Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FOOTBALL. That's limited time promo code FOOTBALL. And get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you're already pumping. Gas you already need. At first, I thought this was too good to be true, but it's not. It's legit. Upside. Make sure you download it. Don't let the offer drive by the way. Download the Upside app right now and use the promo code FOOTBALL. That's promo code FOOTBALL. Limited 25 cent per gallon bonus. Promo code FOOTBALL. Disclaimer also, offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Let me tell you right now about FanDuel. Hope you guys are checking out all FanDuel has to offer. Just 24 hours, FanDuel is going to give you deals on the NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off Thursday, by the way, FanDuel's got you covered. Maybe you got Jalen Hurts as the MVP. Maybe you got the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Maybe you got Saquon Barkley breaking the rushing record. Maybe you got Saquon Barkley being the MVP. You want to go to the FanDuel app. You want to go to FanDuel.com. Start planning all your futures bets. Start rolling the dice a little bit right there with FanDuel. So take advantage of all they have to offer at FanDuel. That's FanDuel.com. And let me tell you about Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off for you. You and I make decisions every day, and you put it on Prize Picks, and you can make yourself a little bit of money. With football just getting underway this Thursday night, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on all the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can turn your takes into real money prizes in less than 60 seconds. Oh, I love Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's very good to be right with Prize Picks. Before I get into our chat check and check in with all you wonderful people, let's go ahead and look ahead at what the Phillies have in the coming days. Now, again, the Phillies are going to be off tomorrow, as are the Brewers, off tomorrow. Odd scheduling. Brewers are owed an off day due to so many games in a row. Plus, they asked for the schedule to hit now, the change to be now for the Labor Day holiday. I don't make the rules. I just report the news, essentially. So here's what you got coming up with your 80-58 win, 80-58 Philadelphia Phillies off tomorrow. Then 7:40 Wednesday night, Aaron Nola will take on, how about this? Jose Quintana, 10-5 with a 3.69 ERA. Nice. 36 years old, held the Phillies to just 2 runs over 5 innings of work back in June. Then a 4:10 start time on Thursday. Ranger Suarez against Freddie Peralta. That's the way that one will go down. Peralta having himself one hell of a season. 16-5, Cy Young candidate, 2.58 ERA on the season. That's what you got looking ahead. Let's get into the chat check and see how you guys are doing on this fine 10-8 victory kind of night. I agree. Darth Bader, reincarnated Lenny Dykstra. There's a lot of Lenny Dykstra. I forget the gentleman's name that put it out there, but I think he said that it was something along the lines of Foley, I think it was. Something along the lines of Harrison Bader looks like every 1993 Philly had a baby. So, yeah, I think that's the way it would look. Dave, Marsh coming through is big. Absolutely. Daniel Danielson, great name. Stupid Sexy Bader. Okay, I see where this is going. Luis Adario, hello. Bader has that 93 Phillies swag. I agree. Chris Evans and you Power Day. We big. And you now new one right now. What is happening? I don't know what's happening. Jason A. Marsh has to be low-key good player for us. One of my favorites. He has really been fantastic. Really been fantastic. Rotation change coming. Walker for Walker. Walker Buehler for Walker. How about that? I'll tell you. Here's my vibe on the Walker Buehler acquisition. It's given me like Noah Syndergaard vibes when the Phillies got Noah Syndergaard. That's fine. Then I traded Mickey Moniak for Syndergaard. They just picked up Walker Buehler. But you're talking about pitchers that had some hell of a run in them. And you're also talking about pitchers that have been all-stars. Syndergaard once, Buehler twice. And not a trade deadline deal, but an end-of-the-year deal that I think will absolutely help the Phillies out, both in the bullpen and in the rotation as things wind down. Go Sixers, Tommy Boy. Fair enough. Farzy, happy Labor Day, bro. Same with you, Jason. Appreciate it. Bandman 100. Phillies and Mets both won 10-8 today. That's right. There you go. Nice work, detective. Little G Griffin, Phillies win the game. William, awesome team win. Hell yeah. Joseph Grillo. JT, tough luck. Get drunk on me. Use the bucket to ice down your marbles. Yours, Z. I'm all for the references. Thank you. Colton, hello. Bader and Marsh, amazing. Yeah, but you can really say both player of the game, yeah. Andrew Davidson, no swing rule should be rewritten, but until then, sit down. Yeah. Bandman, missed you too. Thank you. Kudos to NBC Philadelphia showing the Duranda. Yeah, they showed Evelyn, right? They showed when he's in Philly and he comes into the game, I believe. Fitting we played the Brewers today because this team drives me to drink, says Bill. Right? You're not going to run out of booze when you're playing a team literally called the Brewers. Evelyn, thank you. Good to be back. Missed you as well. Sleepless in Milwaukee. Still get it done. Yeah. Ken, welcome back. Farzy, great game. Why is my computer being weird? For Marsh and Bader, hell yeah. Note, Phillies are 0-2 when you wear the stupid rival gear to taunt the other team. Yeah, can we not do that? Can we stop doing that? Let's not do that. I don't like that. Stubby vibes are present. Hell yeah, Polar Buck. Buddy Christ, nice to see you. Sit Castellanos, let the master of hitting, Mr. Bader. You're welcome. Play more regularly. That seems like it's going to happen. Farzy, why was Stubbs called up? Vibes. All the vibes. Marquet wasn't looking good early. That's the thing. Again, amazing. The fact, Morgan Landy, hello. Gotta love the production. Hell yeah. You gotta love the fact that the Phillies were down 4-0, then 5-1, and they just kept fighting. Life's about getting hit. And just keep moving forward. Getting knocked out and keep moving forward. Sorry. All right. I'm just excited that the Phillies won. I'm excited to be back with you, beautiful, wonderful people. I will be back with you guys, not tomorrow, okay? Because tomorrow they're off, as if I haven't said it enough. And then I'll be back with you guys on Wednesday night, and I can't wait for that. The unfortunate thing is no postcast, no Phillies postcast Thursday. Eagles game will be conflicting with my responsibilities, unfortunately, for that. So if the Phillies, I don't even want to say it. But I'm just excited. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are great as per usual. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Locked On Phillies for your Locked On Phillies postcast and your Locked On Phillies daily podcast with Connor Thomas. He's got you covered for your daily podcast. I got you covered for your daily postcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Back with you guys Wednesday night. See you then.